pihak yang bertanyakan, sekiranya kita nak kurangkan itu perbelanjaan supaya kita boleh menjimatkan wang, mengapa pula bahawa dari segi perbelanjaan mengurus dia meningkat? Ini saya kena berterus terang bahawa perbelanjaan mengurus meningkat kerana kita terpaksa buat bayaran refund GST dan income tax. So sekiranya anda lihat dari segi itu bajet ini, bayaran pengurusan tidak meningkat, sebaliknya yang meningkat ialah perbelanjaan pembangunan yang meningkat kepada 54.7 bilion ringgit. So itulah yang saya nak tegaskan, kerana kerajaan ini telah memberikan satu komitmen untuk membayar bayaran balik GST dan income tax yang telah pun digunakan tanpa pengetahuan dan juga tanpa izin pembayar cukai. Dan itu adalah sesuatu perkara yang salah dan tidak seharusnya dilakukan. Malah saya menganggap ini adalah pelanggaran undang-undang. Tapi tentulah yang penting ialah kita boleh pulangkan wang yang telah ditunggukan begitu lama oleh pembayar cukai. Jumlah yang terlibat selain daripada GST dan juga itu, dan jangan GST pun ada income tax, dan kita anggarkan 37 bilion ringgit. Tentu ada tanya mengapa ada 37 bilion bila kita sebut 34.5 bilion ringgit. Ini adalah tambahan biasa kerana daripada Mei hingga tahun depan turun ada refund income tax yang telah pun dibayar untuk tempoh ini. So itu bukan tambahan luar biasa. Itu tambahan untuk masa kini, bukan sebelum Mei 31, 2018. Semua faham apa yang saya sebut dah. So ada yang tanya, yang berhormat, you sebut 34.5 bilion. Mengapa pula ada sebut 37 bilion tahun depan? Ini kelemahan kerana ada refund income tax yang berlaku selepas Mei dan itu adalah pembayaran biasa. Okay. So itu yang saya nak tegaskan. Satu lagi yang saya nak tegaskan ialah selalu suka diputar belikan ialah tentang pengumuman saya bahawa sekolah menengah akan mendapat, sekolah kebangsaan akan mendapat 250 juta ringgit. Ini bukan bermakna kita hanya berikan 250 juta ringgit kepada sekolah kebangsaan, tidak. Itu adalah tambahan. Itu adalah tambahan. So, saya harap perkara ini dapat menjelaskan kekeliruan yang sengaja dibuat-buat oleh pihak tertentu. Kalau pihak ini tidak pernah jadi kerajaan, itu kita boleh faham. Tapi yang pihak itu pernah jadi kerajaan dan sekian lama, mereka masih boleh mainkan itu daya ini yang saya rasa tidak bertanggungjawab. So itu adalah tambahan ke atas apa yang telah pun diperuntukkan. Okey, ada apa-apa soalan lagi? I know there were some questions on the loan, the samurai bond. I think which I was asked yesterday when the Prime Minister was having a conference, and I said that I would not be answering because this is a Prime Minister's conference. How can the Minister of Finance be answering questions when it's a PM's conference? So I think we want to give due respect to the PM. But in case there's anybody who wants to ask me questions on that, I'm willing to take the questions.
Sorry, nak tanya tentang minyak bersasar untuk 1,500 cc ke bawah. Semalam tular di media sosial mengeluarkan senarai kenderaan mewah 1,500 cc. Jadi nak tahu mekanisme bagaimana yang YB akan guna.
Sebenarnya saya nak terus terang di sini, kita hanya nak hadkan kepada golongan atau isi rumah B40. Tapi kerana kita rasa mungkin yang kita dapat bagi bantuan itu minyak bersasar, bantuan minyak bersasar ini tidak cukup besar. Itu sebab kita tak mahu sebut, kita nak buat kajian macam mana ini dapat dilaksanakan. Tapi saya boleh tegaskan di sini bahawa yang dapat kereta mewah jangan haraplah.
Jadi mekanismenya bagaimana?
Itu yang saya sebut tadi. Kita sedang bincang. Kerana yang paling mudah ialah hanya B40. Tapi kalau B40 mungkin anda semua ini tak dapat faedah. So itulah sebabnya kita nak kaji macam mana kita boleh perluaskan supaya kita tak hanya hadkan kepada B40. Tapi yang saya boleh tegaskan di sini, yang dapat kereta mewah jangan harap. Ini dulu kita tidak akan berikan. Tapi mekanisme kita akan jelaskan kerana yang ini dilaksanakan bukan sekarang, bukan bulan Mac. Ini ialah suku kedua tahun depan. So tolong berikan sedikit masa.
Well, William, something on the RPGT, just some clarification on it. Does that mean that the exemption on, or there used to be an exemption on at least one property from paying the RPGT? Is that over?
No, the exemption continues. Let's say, for instance, that you got two properties, okay? Then you get one exemption. You got one property. That one, then you have to subject to minimum 5% under the new rules. But you only got one property and you want for that, then you can even get it after 20 years, no problem. So the exemption for one property still stands. Okay, thank you.
Perkataan Samurai Bond.
Samurai Bond.
Yes. Okay, adakah dia akan bagi exposure kepada Malaysia dalam segi forex? Because of in case yen, sebab the borrowing will be in yen, right? So kita yen appreciate, so kita akan bayar interest lagi mahal, kan?
Interest ialah 0.65%.
Ya, tapi kalau katakan yen naik, the currency appreciation.
Oh, you say right. Let's say the currency moves against you. Is that what you're saying? If the currency moves against you? No, this bond is for 10 years. Normally, if you look at this type of bond, the cheapest rate you can get is for 5 years at this type of rate. But the Japanese government is guaranteeing it, and because of their respect to our Prime Minister, they said that we need to give it for 10 years. So in these 10 years, I think by that time I said after 3 years, you'll be able to see how the yen flows. If it was 5 years, I think there's too short a time for us to maneuver. Here 10 years, I think we can quickly pay back when the rate is in our favor.
What's going to be used for?
I think at the moment we are looking at more in terms of that's something we will discuss, but I think there will be various usage, includes refinancing, includes substituting existing foreign denominated loans, also including some of our development projects. I think, but this is something that we will discuss, decide later, because this one is in before the first quarter of next year. It has been done before March. So, for instance, if you talk about substituting the other foreign denominated loans, then that will overcome the problems that you raise. Or you want to talk about existing one NDB loans, which is a very high interest rate, 7%, 6-7%, compared to 0.65%. So you can see the difference. Yang ada kleptokrasi punya 6%, 7%. Yang bersih punya 0.65%. Itulah perbezaan di antara kleptokrasi dan yang bersih dan demokratik.
Minister, could you explain a little bit about the peer-to-peer housing loan?
Can you attend the launching tomorrow by the Prime Minister at Seminyi, is it? Eco Majestic. So this is a new, what do you call that, crowdfunding initiative. And it's the first in the world. So we are breaking new ground. So why don't you come tomorrow? And then I think that will be a fuller explanation. Because if I start talking about this now, then the whole press conference will be taken over by this topic. Because it cannot be said in one sentence. Just as you talk about AI, you talk about machine learning. Can you say in one sentence? What do you talk about machine learning? What do you talk about making predictive analytics? Why is it that Uber and Airbnb are able to make so much money? Because they do machine learning, they do AI. But you want to talk about that, I will need at least 10-15 minutes. And then this whole press conference will not become about the budget, it will become about like your peer-to-peer lending, crowdfunding, industry 4.0. I don't think we want that to happen. So please come tomorrow. and then you can listen to that launch by the Prime Minister.
One more question on the property, which is the 10% discount by Veda.
Yes.
How is the ministry going to track and? I mean,
No, the 10% is for new houses. Now you check lah, but that's not happened yet. And we are also talking about existing houses because of the 6%. Sorry, because of the 6 months that we are giving for this stamp duty waiver. For this only for first-time buyers. And then where they will then give the discount based on the current prices they are selling. That's very easy to track. Okay.
Whose idea was it, the pay-to-pay one?
Oh, this one of course from tomorrow you go and see people lah. No, it's from these entrepreneurs, these tech-ups entrepreneurs, including people like Tony Pua. They are all very into this Industry 4.0. Okay? Yes.
For the estimated expenditure for this year, not the next year, the PMD budget seems to be being slashed by almost 10.
The what? Sorry.
PMD's budget.
This year. No, because there was this realignment. PM wanted to. He said that this becomes a very big ministry, so he shifted some of this ministry to some of these agencies and departments to other ministry. That's why it's been reduced. It's not slashed. It's been reduced because they have been moved. Like for example, even the Ministry of Finance also reduced, but not that much lah. Because they have been moved to like Ministry of Economic Affairs. They have been moved to even Ministry of Transport. SPAT was taken out from PM's office to Ministry of Transport. So it's just a shifting of these agencies, not any reduction, no reduction based on the old budget, but no reduction. It's just the ministries were shifted out. The departments were shifted out to other ministries.
Okay, so this is a change that came after May 9.
Yes, because it says that you cannot have a super ministry of the PM's office. So PM wanted to take the lead. By example, he moved out a lot of those agencies and departments under his ministry. So the budget of that ministry, the budget of that agency did not change. It's still the same. So when the budget of that agency didn't change, but when he moved to another ministry, that ministry's budget increased, the PM's office reduced because the agencies were moved out. You understand? So there's no change, or else my 218 budget will be changed already. But 218 budget is still the same as the one that was passed in Parliament last year.
How much do you expect to collect from the tax amnesty?
You call it tax amnesty? You still got to pay 10% and 15%. I think we will wait. This is something that you don't want to put a number on it. But I think there was one statement by Vietnamese, isn't it? Maybe you can refer to the Vietnamese Singh, the tax expert. You can look at that article he has made. But I wouldn't want to put any numbers on it yet.
The airport REITs proposal is really interesting. Could you clarify a little bit?
This again the first in the world. We've got two firsts, double first. Again, this would allow first time an airport REIT is suggested so that we can have a source of funding, and at the same time we retain control over our airports. This one is of course Anthony Loke is in full support of it. Again, this REIT idea was presented by some of these fund managers and experts, and of course Tony also is involved in it. Most important is that the Minister of Transport here is fully supportive, because this will allow this MAB to have some. MAHB to have sources of funding, and without burdening the federal government.
Can I ask you something personal as well? In preparation for this budget, there are of course some sacrifices that you had to make and some goodies that you gave to other people. What sort of kekana did you come up against in coming up with this budget? How tough was it for you?
I think it was difficult because there was a lot of give and take, and then final changes. Then you have to go to cabinet, so we had to make final changes also. And since it's our first budget, we wanted to gather as much inputs and feedback as much as possible. And in the process, of course, we cannot satisfy everyone. But I want to stress here that I do not look in terms of goodies and what do you call that, and sacrifices. Maybe too big a word lah. I don't want to talk about goodies and what do you call that? No goodies and those that you take backs. Those goodies and take backs. I don't want to look at it in terms of minus and pluses. I would like to look at it more in terms of realignment and restructuring. That we are making it this realignment and restructuring so that it is fairer for everyone. At the same time that when everyone contributes, either they contribute in the form of receiving less of these benefits as compared to the others who may have to pay a little bit more in terms of this cost. Okay, any other questions?
What is the automatic exchange of information policy, the AEOI? How do you implement it?
You're talking about Johor Causeway?
The
Which one?
automatic exchange of information. The
On what?
policy will allow the other taxation authorities to exchange information with one another to better facilitate auditing.
Is it voluntary disclosure?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that is an international mechanism. So this is where we have this common reporting system, where we know how much you have in your personal bank records in other countries. Because this was just implemented, so we feel that this is a good opportunity for us to do this. I think Indonesia has done that. Why not Malaysia?
So how far do you expect that this can be?
No, this is tied in line with the tax measures, where you bring back now until March, we only charge you 10% penalty. March to June, we'll charge you 15% penalty.
Wadi, I have two questions related to amendments by Wadi discussion. According to him, allocation to the Chinese SME was less attention was given to the allocation to SME, Chinese SME. And one is on the Chinese education allocation.
Where are you from?
Nanyang, they are from Nanyang.
I thought that maybe he didn't read the budget properly lah. You reduce the SME tax rate from 18% to 17%. So maybe he did it properly. I suggest that he go back and read again. And as far as allocation to schools,
To the independent high school.
oh yeah, you maybe please correct me. When he was when BN, did BN give money?
No, according to him, the government want to give 12 million to independent Chinese high school, but because we have 60 Chinese independent high school, so 2 were left out. By calculation, 2 were left out from that amount.
Yeah, no, I just asking that question. Did he give money? Did the previous government give money? So I think I don't know whether you say it was left out. I will discuss with BTO lah, whether that is true or not. Because that is from our records, but perhaps he can enlighten me lah. Did they give money last time? Maybe he should answer that question. Did they give money? So I think we are looking at schools that for education, not just independent Chinese schools. We are looking at Sekolah Pendok. We are looking at Tafiz. We are looking at Sekolah Agama Bantuan Rakyat. That where I think these education institutions are clearly developing human talent to contribute to our country's nation building. And we are still investing in education even though we face these financial constraints. Right.
Speaking of the 1MDB debts, Najib has been challenging you to release the IP settlement agreement from.
Yeah, he only talked about releasing IP papers after he was charged, knowing very well that we cannot because he is sub judice. Again, the same question you want to ask to Wee Kok Siong. That time when you are in government, how come one never want to release? Now after that, you want to ask us to release when you are charged. I cannot be talking about IPIC now, no, because it's all in court. So I can only stop here.
Is that the reason why the government will not?
No, I cannot be saying more because I think this one involves the current court case, and I'll just say this.
Okay. Will MOF, is MOF going to pay the on November 11th the 52 million?
No, that payment is not to pay to IPIC or to ABAR. No. Yes, they are not connected to IPIC and ABAR. So, under that type of circumstances, we will be considered to be in default. And Malaysia cannot afford to be in default. We have our own international reputation to protect. If we are in default, immediately there will be a downgrade, automatic downgrade. So we cannot afford that. So when we pay the bondholders, even though it is to finance one NDB, use the money to pay one NDB, but it is not to our IPIC. So we have to pay the bondholders, but that amount that we paid, we will use it as a claim against those who are responsible.
Can you at least disclose whether Malaysia is supposed to get 3.5 billion in 2020 from IPIC?
No, we have to go to court lah, that one. Now we have to go to court, but if I can comment that at least in the DOJ indictment against Tim Leisner, Roger Ng and Jho Low, the fact that Tim Leisner pleaded guilty proves that the scandal happened. I think this is very important. Tim Leisner admitted to wrongdoing in relation to one NDB. Dan ini adalah bukti yang paling kukuh yang membuktikan apa yang disebut oleh pihak sana adalah satu penipuan besar. Memang itu adalah satu skandal di mana pegawai kanan Goldman Sachs mengakui mereka terlibat dalam penipuan ini. So jangan boleh cakap ini tak berlaku. Ini semua berlaku, penipuan besar. Sampai hari ini ada yang masih sokong penyangat. Ini yang saya tak faham. Bila bukti ini terdedah untuk semua, mengapa mereka boleh percaya penyangat ini? Itu yang saya tak percaya. Ini yang saya tak faham. So, sekarang telah dibuktikan sampai ada orang yang akui salah. Lagi satu, Roger Ng, dia akan diekstradisi, saya difahamkan ke Amerika Syarikat untuk menghadapi dakwaan. Dan kita sekarang tunggu satu orang saja lagi lah. So ini menunjukkan bahawa NDB memang wujud, bukan seperti yang disebutkan oleh mereka ini. Sampai ada orang boleh cakap, oh saya tak tahu siapa yang bagi saya 2.6 bilion ringgit. Saya tak cek betul-betul. Kalau macam ni you tak cek betul-betul, bila anda kononnya ada pulangkan wang, you pulangkan wang kepada siapa? Tak tahu siapa yang bagi, you pulangkan wang kepada siapa? Takkan you silap pulangkan wang kepada orang yang tak sepatut menerimanya. Orang itu untung besar lah.
Still no news on the last person, on Jho Low?
I think that one I'll leave it to the authorities. I'll leave it to authorities. But I've spoken to the Chinese ambassador, and he has said that Jho Low is not in China unless he uses a different name on a different passport. But according to their records, there's no name, no person called Jho Low in China, because they have not processed a person entering China under Jho Low.
Is Roger Ng going to be extradited? Don't we want him as well? He's Malaysian, right?
No, but we got, I mean, are we going to stop him from facing charges of NDB in the United States? Come on, Malaysia. Okay. All right.
A question from Moody's ratings agency yesterday said that your first budget is a departure from fiscal consolidation, and these are credit negatives that pointed out. And next year you're taking from veterans 50 over billion, including the one-off 30 billion, right? Can you just signal what sort of measures being taken to consolidate, and what kind of time frame we're looking at? Are we looking at possibly balancing the book one day still?
No, I think we are still focused on fiscal consolidation, but it will not be done over a short period. It will be done over 3 years. So this will still be done aggressively. I mean, from 3.7 to less than 3. 3.7, 3.4 next year, 3 the following year, and less than 3. It will be much lower. I think this is very aggressive fiscal consolidation. And the reason why we want to do it in 3 years instead of in 1 year is principally because we have decided that the people's social economic welfare should be given priority. And at the same time, that will also help to grow the economy. Or else, we could easily slip into, austerity and contraction. We do not want that to happen. And actually, we have done some belt tightening, as I've said just now. And with the refunds, I'm sure that will also provide a very important boost to the economy.
Just one more question on the zero-based accounting, but zero-based budgeting that the government has adopted for the first time this year. How much savings do you estimate was done with zero-based accounting?
No, I've said just now, you look at LRT3, you look at MRT2, it ranges from 22 to 47%, those that we have been involved directly. But for the other projects involving other ministries, we have put a benchmark of a minimum 10%. 10% savings across the 19 billion ringgit worth of projects. Now, I also want to make it very clear that those contractors who say they do not get payment, they should be getting payment. I don't understand why they're not getting payment, because in fact, more than a month ago, the money has been released. And that's also one reason why the fiscal deficit is 3.7%, because we want to make sure that money is available for these projects, these contractors. And when you talk about these payments, these savings, the 19 billion covers all the projects that were approved and contracts signed by the previous government. So there's no cuts, because we wanted to avoid any disputes. But we put a condition 10% cut. If you cannot give a 10%, then okay lah, then we go to court, then we have over tender again. But I'm confident that most of contractors understand, because these contracts were all entered either through direct negotiation or through limited tenders. So the prices are inflated. Definitely they can give that 10%. So, and then the projects will continue. So 19 billion, 10% cuts is how much? 1.9. So you talk about zero-based budgeting, even before 2019, we're already doing it now. And from these savings, we can do more projects, and at the same time, I think we can help to impose fiscal discipline and improve our financial situation.
Just to follow up on that one, and what you proposed yesterday as well, does that mean that from now onwards, the era of direct negotiations is completely over for Malaysia?
Yes, unless of course there are very special circumstances. For example, you talk about Industry 4.0, it's all about that software, it's all about that creativity and innovation. You cannot be open tender. It's only for that particular purpose. Or this, for example, another area where you cannot have open tender will be singers. Singing, you want to invite one singer, entertainment industry, one singer to come. Well, you think everyone is like Adele, Taylor Swift, or every actress is like, what's the most famous actress now? I don't know, anybody. You cannot have open tender of actors, actresses. I mean, like, for example, hanya ada satu Nilofa saja kan. Takkan boleh ada tender terbuka. I mean, that's an example. So, in this type of industries, you got to have direct nego. But generally, in terms of procurement projects, we want to have open tenders. But I don't want to say bracket here, semua mesti tender terbuka. Kalau macam ini, saya nyanyi, saya boleh bagi free pun. You nak tak? Kan? Tak mau. Tender terbuka, saya kat nyanyi, saya bagi free, saya nyanyi. Ataupun, saya bayar you untuk dengar saya nyanyi. Semua kan lari di tambukan. So that one cannot be applied across the board. So there must be special circumstances. But as far as procurement, the general rule is that you must have open tenders, but there should be some allowance for exceptions. Just as entertainers, actors, actresses, only specific to that person. There can only be one actor or one singer. You don't want anybody else.
But I think it was also a stroke of genius that your proposal to make casino and gambling businesses pay a little bit more. What sort of revenue do you expect to get from this?
I think I leave it there. The stock market has taken, their stock prices have taken a beating. I don't want to say any more. They have to pay more. We hope that they understand. And we are not doing it because we like to do it, but we think that the time has come for us to get more money. Okay? Thank you.
One more on the digital tax. So now, how is the government attempting to negotiate with companies which are not based in Malaysia in the first place? And is there a timeline? And how is it going to approach this?
Can I answer that later? It's still early days yet. This is the second day of my budget. So I think we are still looking at next year. So why don't we work something? I don't want to just go off the cuff here.
But you said that OPEX, even though 10%, more than 10% jump, is because of this, you have to pay back the refund of 37 billion. If you take out that one, the OPEX, what is it?
We reduced.
I know, but what will be the OPEX? There won't be a...
If we reduce, just put it there, reduce. Okay? Alright, anything else? Yes.
About your speech yesterday, you said the Home Ministry and Defence Ministry will be getting 5.9 million in development expenditure. But the expenditure estimate shows 6.7 billion. Can you explain this?
6.7 billion. Where?
The expenditure estimate for these two ministries, development expenditure, it totals.
Can I get back to you on that? I don't have the numbers here, suddenly. Can I get back to you? Okay, any other questions?
Okay.
Alright, thank you very much.